Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It is raining here, and so all I want to do is sit down and put on some makeup. And today is a first impressions video on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Beauty Balm. This is not new, just new to me, in the shade 3. I got this when I went to the Allure Best of Beauty event. They had an Anastasia Beverly Hills booth. I don't personally buy from them anymore, but I thought I'd give this a chance since I haven't purchased any Anastasia Beverly Hills stuff probably since 2018. Wow, that's significant now because that's longer ago than I like to admit. I've just been on a complexion video roll, so why not continue with it? Gonna start out and prime my skin like I always do. If you guys have seen any of my first impressions or wear test videos, which I'm gonna try to do for you guys tomorrow morning, I use the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Someone once commented like my skin looked so good. What did I use? This stuff. I use this in every first impressions and every wear test video. It is my ride or die. It is my holy grail. It is the holy grail product for me. Okay, I thought about applying this with a brush, but I hate applying foundations with a brush, so why am I going to do that? This is a skin tint, so it shouldn't have a lot of coverage. So I'm actually just gonna like kind of draw this on my face. It is a balm and the coverage is sheer, so you do have to apply a bit more than I'm comfortable with. You know, I'm not a huge coverage fan. Let's blend it out with a sponge and see how it looks on the skin. I do feel like I over applied this, but it's blending into the skin really well, so maybe I didn't. I also talked a lot of shit about this not being my foundation shade even when we were at the event. I think maybe it is. Okay, so this is the first layer of the foundation. I pretty much say this with every video, but it's gonna look a little bit dewier because I have the Vitamin Enriched Face Base, but that's just how I like my foundation. However, this is a skin balm, so perhaps it is just dewy like that all the time, but this is my experience with this primer. It looks beautiful. I hate to say it, I really do. I like being a hater, but this looks really beautiful. It's definitely like light. Sheer to light coverage, I would even say, because you can still see, we're gonna try to build it up, my acne scars. You can still see the redness on my cheek, so let's just blend that out, see how it blends on top. I'm gonna use a very, very, very light hand when blending. Because I think I'm an aggressive pouncer. Where else did I put this? Oh, my cheeks. It looks quite nice. Let me zoom you guys in. This is what the foundation looks like upon application alone. Again, it's super dewy, probably because of the primer that I'm using. It's not super full coverage. You guys can still see, even though I put 2 layers on here, like my acne scarring over here, over my nose, and even up here where I'm having a little bit of a breakout. It didn't cover that. It didn't super cover my redness, but on the second application, I do think that worked out. It's quite beautiful, I will say. Okay, yeah, first impressions is I like it, and that hurts me because I don't like the brand. And I'm always very open with you guys about not liking brands and not buying from certain brands because I have certain feelings and morals. And yeah, so you get this much product, it's $42. I do feel like you will go through this quite quickly because it is so light coverage. In a way that I feel with other sheer to light coverage foundations, I don't go through them nearly as much because somehow I feel like this does get a little bit lost on your skin. Even though it's highlighting my skin, I do feel like I like other skin tints that I have a little bit better, like the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Skin Tint. Somehow it just, I think, played better with my skin. This I kind of feel a little bit on my skin, which is interesting. So I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup. We're gonna see how it applies, and then we're gonna come back for a little check-in on this first impressions video. Jesus Christ, every time my leg falls asleep. Okay guys, here is the finished look. Let's get in real close, okay? Let's zoom in. Look at that eyeshadow. Yo, this is a Wet n Wild palette. Insane. So this is what the foundation looks like with everything built up on top of it. I think it really does look very nice. So does the Siren. I think my only qualm about this foundation right now is actually like when I applied my concealer. Now this is a newer concealer to me. I'm using the Fenty Beauty We're Even concealer, and I've been using it for a few times, and I've never had it bunch up the way it did on my last application. Underneath my eyes, it really just settled into lines, like it really was accentuated. And I think it's because I had to put on so much of the foundation for me to feel like I had any type of redness reduction, that it did bunch up underneath my eyes, but I was able to blend it out. I do think this is actually a really nice foundation. Looking at it on my skin, that heaviness that I initially said that I felt when I applied it did go away through the process of applying all of my other products, but it was still weird that I felt so much heaviness. Maybe it's because I had to apply so much foundation, or I felt I had to apply so much foundation, which I don't feel with other skin tints. So it's a very interesting, maybe it's because it's in a stick form like this, but I felt like, oh, this is gonna have absolutely zero coverage. I'm gonna have to really build it up, and so I did. So maybe I put myself into that trap of putting too much product on my face, but luckily it did like settle into the skin well because I don't feel it anymore. I do think like on my cheeks area, it looks really, really, really beautiful. It's definitely not transfer proof, nor does it claim to be, but yeah, I think I'm really impressed. Now, I'm gonna be really critically honest with you guys. Do I think it's like the best thing out there? No. Similar to how I felt with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, I think for my skin type, I think for what I'm looking for in a foundation, it's not one that I will gravitate toward first. I think you get a similar finish with the About Face Performer Foundation, which is $22, which is half the price of this boy. I think if you want to spend a little bit closer to this price, you can get the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Skin Tint, which I absolutely love. Or you can get, if you want a bit more coverage with the same like skin-like finish, you can get the Hydromaniac Foundation from Urban Decay. I just think there are better options for the price. And it's not like I hate the foundation at all, but I think I'm critical, as I should be, with products, and I just don't know if like I would reach for that. I also do feel like, and I will do a wear test with this foundation, I feel like this is gonna wear pretty badly. I think with such an oversaturated market as makeup has become, I think it's important to be really critical, and so I say that like I probably will not reach for this foundation as much as I'll reach for other foundations. I do think there are better skin tints out there. Even the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop is way better, I think. And even though this isn't a stick, so you're like, oh, this is pretty easy to use, there's something about stick foundations for me that just feel like they have to add us another element that I'm not a fan of. So I think it's a nice foundation. I would give it out of a 10. I'd give it a 7.5. I think I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a nice solid foundation. I think if you like ABH as a brand, I think if you really want like a draw-on foundation, I think this might blend out really well with your fingers if that's something that you're into. I think you might really enjoy this. I personally do feel like out of all the foundations I have tried, there are way better options, way more affordable options, and options from, I think, brands that are better, personally, like align with my ethics better. So that's my review of the ABH Skin Tint. If you guys want to see, or Beauty Balm, sorry, if you guys want to see a wear test of it, I am open to doing it. Even though I know it's not going to end up well. It might surprise me, who knows, I might be surprised. But I will do that. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. Other than that, that's it for this video. That is it for this video. I had fun doing this eye look. It's from Wet n Wild. Insane. Yeah, but that's it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to. Let me know if there's any other foundations, concealers you guys want me to try out, because apparently that's just the thing that's going on 2024. And I will see you in the next video. And I'm very excited because I have some really cool videos to share with you. Okay, bye.